Welcome back to DreamHack. It is DreamHack Winter, of course, here in 2012. Myself, Redeye, joining you for the first time. It's great to be here for the Logitech CSGO Championship. Alongside me is Threat. Those of you in the 1.6 scene will know who he is. Those of you sources out there, maybe not. But we'll move away from the whole sources versus 1.6 issue, and we'll leave that to the people on HLTV, because they love talking about that stuff. Jesus, how much chat has been on that forum over the last few days. Anyway, we are at the Counter-Strike Go Championship. We thought what we'd do is kick Group B off with you, with the Brazilians against the Danes. It is the class of Copenhagen Wolves against Progaming.TD. So that's the first game we're going to bring you. They are almost ready. In fact, I'm just going to say... yeah, they're ready. So we can hopefully drop you into the game fairly quickly. Threat, just before we get kicked off on Group B, your reflections on Group A, what did you think of it? How do you think it went?
I was a bit shocked that Fnatic played so well. I think they only played CSGO for like 5 days or something.
We should capture that a little bit and put that in a GIF, in a meme or somewhere. Yeah. We didn't think Fnatic would play that well. How many years has it been since we heard that phrase? But you're right, they're new to it, and they've been playing a lot of CS1.6 and a lot of online. So I was pleasantly surprised by how well they played. Yeah,
me too. And the biggest shock was actually that ESE went out. I actually thought NIP, of course, would make it through, and Mouse Sports will be the second team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to call this one. I had Mouse Sports as second. I gave Lurppis a bit of a grief. I gave him a bit of a beasting, actually, during the break for putting Mouse Sports fourth in that group, because they've got some quality players in that team. And although we haven't seen them publicly for a little while, they've been practicing. They've been, hardcore stratting and warming up and getting ready for it. And they've got Stinger, who I know a lot of 1.6 people won't know who Stinger is, but trust me, the kid is special, really, really special player across whatever game you want to play. So it's great to see him having a great tournament. So Mouse Sports and Nip, Nip, we knew they were going to go through. They haven't dropped a map on LAN yet. We knew exactly the fact that they were going to go through.
Very close game.
But they did have a close game. So shows they've got a few chinks in the armour still.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in these tournaments, you've been in some big tournaments yourself, into Extreme Masters early this year. Do you hold back in the groups a little bit with some of the strats that you've been working on, or are you just going for it?
It depends what teams you play, I guess. Maybe the pistol rounds, but the weapon rounds, I mean, you have to make it through the groups to make it to the playoffs, so I don't think NIP held anything back. I think they were up like 59, and they lost like, six rounds in a row.
And then Mouse Sports obviously holding on to that game against Fnatic. It was quite close in the end, wasn't it? 16-14 was the scoreline. I don't know if you saw the end game between Mouse Sports and Fnatic, but Mouse Sports were behind in that game for quite a while. So it was good to see them come back. I think it's an interesting start from Fnatic, though. I think they've shown they're not going to be a pushover.
Yeah, they actually had like a huge lead that game as well. I think they were up like 12-8, and then they lost every single round until Mouse Sport had 15.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they're doing at the moment. We're supposed to have had the knife round, but they're not getting on with it right now. So we'll let them do whatever they're wanting to do and sort themselves out, which gives us a chance to go through the lineups for CPH Wolves, Copenhagen Wolves. Of course, the full Danes side, Herden, Glaive, Nico, looking forward to seeing him in action, SMF, and the strat caller, Hunden. And for the Brazilians, it's Kogu, Steel, ZQK, Zach, and RKZ. It's going to be so many Z's in there. I'm going to trip up on those at least once. The other thing we've got for you, of course, is the wonderful overlay, which allows us to do drawings on there. We can sort of highlight areas like that and show where they've gone in that sort of area. And that's going to be fun. I told him I was going to get one of those in, and thought I'd get it in early.
Seems the knife round is going to start now.
Excellent. So we are about to get underway then in Group B for this DreamHack Winter Logitech CSGO Championship. 330,000 SEK on the line, around about 40,000 euros, the biggest payout of Counter-Strike Go so far, and arguably the biggest tournament of the year. I know ASWC was a fantastic tournament and had some fantastic games as well, but this one, I don't know, it just feels slightly different. I think maybe because the game's maturing a little bit as it goes along, but it's still early days. Trying to put stats together for these two teams. I mean, for instance, Copenhagen Wolves, four games is all we've been able to get from them in terms of what they've played so far, and the same for Progaming. We've only really got their ESWC form to go by, which, let's face it, it was pretty lousy. I mean, shots made, 276 kills, 335 against, and they played 91 rounds with a KD ratio of 0.82, which is pretty rubbish when it comes to it. I mean, that's worse than my gran playing Counter-Strike, but it's hard to...
Yeah, it's so new, the game is so new, you can't really know.
You can't really sort of say whether rubbish on one particular map. What I will tell you is that NIP have never lost on Mirage in a competitive game, never, and yet this morning they came very close to it, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think they were up like 15-9, I think, and...
Okay, well, we are underway from the knife round, so let's get this one underway then. Game number 1 in Group B, Copenhagen Wolves against Progaming.TD. The first hack and slash comes in from the Brazilians. They picked up 2, but Wolves come back with 2. Progaming then with 2. They've got the last man to find here, will be Herden. And this one's going to be a tall order for him. He's going to bludgeon his way through 3 Brazilians, and instead he's just running away. You can't do that, dude. You have to fight.
Maybe the most important
knife rounds don't get any more exciting than they were in 1-6 or Source, frankly.
Oh, they're just completely random.
They are.
Yeah, and still they're quite important, especially on train.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing about train as well is I like these stats that come out of these maps. So far in the maps played, over the last 200 maps that have been played in CSGO since it launched in August, train sees a 57.7% win rate on the CT side. Here's the interesting thing though, it goes down to 56% when you switch over to pistols only rounds. So there's still an advantage. It doesn't matter which side you start. So for those that start on CT side, they have an immediate advantage. And it's unusual because actually on most maps, the Ts have the advantage in pistol rounds. So here we go then, round 1. For the Brazilians, and the first shot is coming. It's a headshot down from SMF with the Deagle.
I think the game is
and
Progaming
haven't started.
Yeah, Progaming has one less player.
They got me all excited then. I was looking. They looked quite serious for a moment there, and I thought, oh, hello.
I was actually quite shocked that it's only 56% to the CTs. That's
I mean, you know, when you look at some of the other maps, but the Nuke, for instance, 54% are won on pistols by the T side.
That's very weird.
But the regular rounds, 57% are won by the CTs. It is a heavy CT map. Train, obviously, another one of those heavy CT maps. In fact, it's the highest, by stats, it's the highest biased map towards CTs in Counter-Strike Go. Not really changing from Source or 1.6, frankly.
And I think something that's really messed the statistics up is like, if NIP play a qualifier and start as T and they get like 12 rounds, then the statistics will be...
They will be skewed,
yeah,
absolutely,
exactly.
Yeah, stats schmats. We can do what we like with stats, really. But not enough right now to really give us an idea, other than maybe Vary Games and NIP, as to which maps they're strong on either. So we're quite in the dark. We're as in the dark as you guys. Now, we are underway then. And we are going to get the set smoke from SMF out into the outer bomb train. They've got 3 men waiting in alley here as well, with bomb, ready to go out to the outer area. It's SMF who tries to lay down the early fire. The smoke is deployed perfectly as well. Nice way to get that bomb into the outer bomb site. The exchange of frags has already taken place. Stills picked up the first one of the round. SMF and Hunden have replied back, but Progaming have got themselves back with a 3 versus 3. ZQK here just trying to peer through. Bomb over on that A train right now, ticking down. Like he said, with just 25 points of health. And Herden has 33, so it's fairly even right now, but ZQK doesn't look like he's going to make any move towards that bomb train right now. That bomb's sitting on the A bomb site right now. It's Herden that picks up the frag for the Copenhagen Wolves, who take the early lead. The advantage is laying down with them. 3-2. Oh, ZQK, could he let one? No, he couldn't. He did pick off a couple of shots, and SMF has picked himself up another one. And now ZQK is the last man alive here. He's going to come under fire from both sides, and they will shut him down in the end with a grenade. And SMF has had an absolute stonking first round. Triple from him. And Copenhagen Wolves have picked up the opening round.
Yeah, great execution there on the yard split. I was a bit surprised they played so passively when they lost the bomb. But for some reason, Progaming decided to push when they had the bomb, and Wolves just waited.
Yeah, so that little area there was when they set the smoke up from SMF. And what he did is he placed it all the way across here, which blocked out that train. It actually worked, but sort of worked. It got them into the bomb site, if nothing else. But now we've got a very quick push onto the inner bomb site here. They've got guns, of course, and this will be an easy plant on that inner bomb site. And just checking through, seeing who we've got from Progaming who's got any kind of weaponry. Well,
They're just gonna to surround the bomb right now and try to get easy picks when they escape.
Yeah, I was going to say, no point in holding on to those guns now that the game's been fixed. And 4 of them are going to try and approach from this inner bomb site, upper area of White Halls. They have a Wow, this is going to be a bludgeon, an absolute roll through. Hunden's got himself 2, Glaive and SMF with 1, still the last man. Oh, he can't pick up 1 from close range. Does get the first. Can he get the second? He can. Couldn't get the third though. And a nice couple of kills.
Yeah,
it was about all they could expect to get out of that round, really.
It's a bit weird that they decided to push there. They had a nice setup sitting there with the P250s up at the ladder room, but for some reason they thought it was a good idea to try to go for the defuse.
Yeah, indeed. So round 3 then, and another save. There's a couple of flashes amongst them as well. Let's just see where they go. And SMF has been pretty good so far, I have to say. So, with Nico now in the back of White Halls, they've got a chance to break into this upper bomb site, but they've loaded him up with 3 players. 2 of them have been dropped by Glaive at close range. Nico, he's going to get one at close range himself as he takes out Zach, and that bomb in hand. Now they're going to switch this one to the outer bomb site and not plant it right next to the train either. Smoked middle, and that connector is now locked down as we have a 3 versus 1 just still remaining here. And if he can get himself a gun and maybe a kill, that'd be a reasonable round. He's been the last man living for the last 2 rounds. Has 3 frags already and won't pick up 1 from there.
And that plant is actually like a new stand-up place to plant. I saw NIP doing it a lot versus Very Games.
Yeah, I think that's the thing now, isn't it? Now the demo's are out, now you can watch them and you can figure out what they're doing. The strats are going to become a bit more standard.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the things that NIP have been doing over the last couple of months being copied earlier. I thought the double stack on mid doors earlier by Fnatic was pretty cheeky.
Yeah, that was very, very weird.
It did work well for the first shot as well. Unfortunately, we didn't see it. So 3-0 Copenhagen Wolves. They converted those 2 eco rounds, but now Progaming are set with weapons. And as you can see right now, there's just Hunden pushing on. The others just sitting back right now. And
they're holding the inner bomb site very defensively.
They are indeed.
Not even putting up a fight.
It's SMF here with 2 friends alongside him. He's got another man just at the back who's going to go down that first ramp. The flashes go down, and smoke has been deployed as well in there. They got inside the bomb site, but they did lose 1 man. It was Nico that's been shot down by ZQK, and the nade from SMF will do a little bit of damage, but well, ZQK's having an absolute monster of a round. He's picked up 3 in the round now. And 2 to find. Hunden will reply back on still. Kogu picks up his first of the game with one else, the big green. And this one's going to be hard work now. ZQK. Well, he could have kicked that one away if he'd been able to. Maybe that's something they should introduce.
Yeah, he won that round single-handedly, I would say. I mean, he was in a tough position as well. They went out both high and low ramp, and he still managed to like control the chaos and managed to get 3 frags.
Yeah. So they're back on the board then with their first gun round of the tournament so far at this DreamHack Logitech CSGO Championship in Group B. First games of the day for them, and last games at this particular tournament today as well. We've got more in Group B obviously, but we will complete Group B. And let's just see what Nico's doing. Yeah, so Nico's going to AWP, as we would predict. Oh, this is that first early shot at the bottom of Ivy. What used to be Ivy, I don't know what we call that now. We might have to come up with some new names, you know.
Yeah, we should still call it Ivy.
Giving away 1.6 for his off steals, picked up 2 fabulous kills from Heaven. And SMF finally shutting him down through the brickwork, actually. And RKZ now has spied himself another man on the far side. It's 3 versus 1. SMF is the last man alive. He'll be going down to RKZ, no problem whatsoever. And 2-3 Copenhagen Wolves now in a little bit of financial trouble.
Yeah, probably full eco from them right now.
Yeah, SMF just doesn't have enough money, but he'll probably save that money and then buy an AWP for Nico next round.
We see Hunden here with a lot of grenades, so...
Well, they already bought. You know what, I thought they bought for a second, but maybe that's just 1 SMG.
They're going to play on Nico with 1 guy with grenades. This is
so
pretty
look at this now up here. We've got 3 men making their way towards Ivy. Hunden's already gone out into that mid area. And it's been flashed out, unfortunately, because he somehow broke out there. There's fire and Molotov all over the place down the bottom. And now Hunter, can he lay down the shot? No, he can't. And Kogu's picked him off. Okay, Zian still picked up a frag of police, but Glaive and Herden have somehow got themselves one as well.
He's planting inside, actually.
He is going to plant inside, and look at this. Herden inside, the strat caller has picked it off perfectly. Sorry, Herden, the strat caller, of course, has called this one perfectly, got himself the bomb plant, and that's about as much as they were going to expect out of the round.
Yeah, and that just proves how good it can be sometimes to have one guy buying grenades on an eco. He could smoke out the yard, completely faking the other team, and they managed to get the bomb down, and they got 3 kills as well.
Yeah, expensive round, really, for the Brazilians. We're tied up at 3-3 in this best of 1 group stage. Remember, it can be a draw, first to 16. And some weapon exchanges, as predicted, going on in the Brazilian camp. Likewise, from Wolves as well.
Let's see if they try a fast round. They have been very passive so far.
They have been very passive, you're right. And bomb carrier is in white halls here. Herden, as we travel on with him right now, just see them round now. There's 4 of them. They are going to push in here very quickly indeed. Already trying to take that first ramp.
Oh, look at Hunden. He's in connector, actually.
Now, is that the fake? That's what it looks like right now, doesn't it? It does look like the fake, and it is Hunden who picks himself up the first kill of the round on Kogu. And they're 1 for 1 right now. ZQK's picked up one. Zach, though, long-range effort. He's downed Herden, and well, this is a bit tricky now for Copenhagen Wolves, because they've got those 3 men inside the site right now. Bomb man is Glaive. And they've broken in, but they haven't broken in fully enough. Now they have. And bomb will be set with 45 seconds of the round remaining. Now it goes down to 35 seconds. And chips off a little bit of Steel's health in connector, Glaive. He won't know that, of course. We do. We see it through the backside, but takes down one with a grenade. SMF's in there as well. He's got 2 himself. He's having an absolute monster game. We're staying with Kogu because that last man... Actually, they've got 2 men right now, so it's 2 versus 2. And Kogu's still trying to wait for that last man to pop out on the far side. He's taken out by Zach. It's 2 Orps versus the last man alive, Nico, here. And they are going to go for the plant. I don't think he can get this plant. Oh, Nico lays a stunning shot and gets the second one as well. Fantastic from top of ladder from Nico. I don't know if they'd have got that in the end. There was a lot of risk associated with going for that first defuse so early, but I thought Kogu was going to cover. Didn't happen, and Nico wins the round single-handedly for Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, the situation is so hard for the CTs that one guy can defuse and the other has to take a chance. Like, it's 50-50. He can come either a high ramp or the low ramp.
Yeah, that was where he was. Nico was down there. We had 1 man coming across there, 1 across there, and they were sitting on that bomb, trying to get up here. Wasn't going to work out for them.
They actually have an eco now, Progaming.
Yeah, you're right, they do. There's 2 Deagles between them and a 250, which is still powerful enough.
Yeah. Interesting that they still go with the Deagle instead of the 250.
Yeah, it is, and you know what the stats say as well? The stats don't lie in this case. 52% of pistol rounds are won by the P250. That's a lot of pistol rounds.
Yeah.
So here we go then, breaking into that inner bomb site. RKZ is just coming down the first ramp. They won't know this either, but it won't matter because Nico's actually going to pick up those 2 kills. We weren't able to cycle to him quick enough. So, eco round down from Brazil. Brazil's finest Progaming.TD. Copenhagen 5-3. Reasonable start from them. Actually, not a reasonable start. A very good start from them on a T side.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see if they try that fast yard push again, or fast yard fake. That worked out so good for them last
round.
time.
It did work out. I don't know if that was by design or by just the fact that that's how the round worked out in the end, but
it looked like by design. They had they throw like 4 smokes on the yard, and Hunden just like walked through all the smokes into the CT connector without anyone seeing him.
So they're going to slow push through white halls here. They picked up one. Oh, look at that! ZQK just lined up that FAMAS shot through the wall and got himself 2 quick frags. Glaive has replied back though in kind, but they're down by a man here. 4-3 in terms of personnel. And Glaive not looking too happy about going down into that smoke right now. So instead it's going to try and just nade the bottom of Pop. Steel's got himself the kill on Hunden, so they're down to 2 men now. And they're just getting isolated here and getting picked off too quickly. And Glaive, good peek. He's now coming under severe pressure here. 3 men all trying to get him. Onto the bomb train he goes, but there's a man behind him. He hasn't spotted him. Yes, he does. He spins round 180 and picks up that frag. And fake plant. as Nico picks himself up when they're at 2 versus 2. Glaive hasn't got a huge amount of health here. Just 34. Can he get a second? No, he can't. Steele at close range does pick himself up the frag. Now Nico, last man alive for a 2v1 for the second time in the game. Nade goes down. Oh, missed the chance and couldn't land the second one. Gets clipped as well, down to 58 health. And, well, baited out in the end by RKZ doing the fake defuse. And it'll be RKZ who gets an easy defuse in the end. Nico was brilliant the last time he was 2 versus 1. Wasn't quite able to pick it down this time. He was under a lot more pressure though. Yeah, exactly. Actually, that round was a lot closer for Progaming than it should have been. They had the 4-2 situation and they knew the bomb was down in the inner bomb site. So round number 10 of the scheduled 15 first half, of course. And looks like we're going to get a 3-2 split. Bomb has gone towards Pop, so it might well be that they're going to go on this outer site. And look at that Herden already going outside here with Deagle in hand, now blinded and waiting in the smoke as well. Might get a kill on the back. Oh, does get a kill on RKZ. He just surprised him on that backside. Still getting a revenge frag kill. Has made it 4 versus 2 here. And well, they're going to crowd down Herden, no problem at all. And SMF will be easy pickings for Zach at the end of the round.
2 frags and the bomb plant.
I was going to say it's still okay, isn't it? It's still a good weighty amount of money. The extra 300 for the plant, the money in the bank for being good terrorists and doing what they're supposed to do, all helps them when it comes to the next round, which they've got a fair amount of cash in there. I saw Glaive had over 8 grand in there, so he's been particularly good. He should go into investment management. 5 all then, and there's a feeling. I think Progaming really got to start putting a few rounds together here if we're going to make it a game on this second half. Even 10-5 would be a struggle to see them keep that.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen a lot of 13-2 and 12-3 rounds in this game.
Yeah. As we get flashed out, the bomb was in the hands of Herden, who's been dropped. And bomb is now down. Back with Zach, and he's picked off himself by Nico's. Well, he's having a good game. No doubt about that. 3 versus 2 once more. Let's see if we can find Nico, actually. Where is he? He is looking back at connector. Expecting a man to come through. They haven't picked up the bomb just yet, either.
This is a very close round. It could go either way, since Progaming has... They know that Copenhagen Volts doesn't have the bomb.
Yeah. No bomb in hand. 2 AKs and an AWP versus a FAMAS and an AWP. Plenty of grenades.
I actually think the bomb is stuck under a train and they can't.
Maybe that's what it is. I haven't actually seen. You might be right actually, because it does seem like it's in a really open position. No, bomb has now been picked up. So, bomb in the hands of Glaive. Nico's picked up a kill on ZQK, which means Kogu's last man standing. You know what? 2 years ago, Kogu would have landed that shot. That was pretty awful.
Indeed.
Close range now, Warp. Got 1 man to the right-hand side and 1 at the back. And again, not able to pick up that frag. This is tough work from him. If he'd stayed there just a second longer, he might have got that one. Oh, does land a close range one now on Glaive. It's 1 versus 1. It's Nico versus Kogu. Kogu lays down the smoke and gets picked off by Nico. Peaked too early. And Nico, Mr. Clutchmaster, strikes again for the Wolves. It's 6-5.
Kogu should have waited for that smoke to really pop.
Absolutely. Dare I say it, against the legend of the years, Schoolboy Error.
Still one of those rounds that could go either way, like a 3-on-3 situation on the yard.
Yeah, really was on a knife round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On a knife edge, I should say, not a knife round. As we see a deco from Progaming.TD.
The score will be 7-5, and
yeah, pretty much will be absolute kill fest inside this bomb site, no doubt about that. They'll get the bomb planted with ease, and we'll stay with Nico just to see whether he picks up another couple of players and some more kills. And right now it's 13-10 for Steele, 9-7 for Zach, the only 2 positive KD players on Progaming.TD's side. Glaive's actually leading the way in terms of the scoreboard, 10-8, SMF 9-7, Nico 9-6, Hunden 11-10. Only Herden letting them down right now, 5-9. And this is going to be an easy round now. 1 man up from Pop Dog might be taken down here by Nico, and is taken down with the Glock. We've only lost 1 more man from that round. still playing smart, but it's 7-5 now. And I don't know how you come back from that when you switch over.
Yeah, it's very hard for them to recover from this. I mean, even if they get the 3 last rounds and they win the pistol round, they're still in like this in such a hard position.
So here we go then, round number 13. Unlucky for some. Who's it going to be unlucky for? One of them has to go down. What have we got here? 2 white walls. One looking out to the outer bomb train has been flashed out. 2 of them actually go out there. SMF and Hunden are both out there. 2 down Pop Dog, so they're already rushing through. SMF's also going to pop up the ladder onto the train, picks up the first kill. Can he get the second? No, he can't. And instead, Kogu's now going to have to come right outside. He's already been called. It's 3 versus 2, thanks to ZQK and Zach, who've picked themselves up a frag apiece. And Progaming.TD have the advantage here in round 13. And Bomb is down yet again. Kogu now. Oh, we'll pick up the frag. We just switched away from him at the time. Nico's got himself 1. Make that number 2. And Nico again has clutched another round 2 versus 1.
A great play from Nico right there.
The scoreboard right now, sorry Threat, the scoreboard is actually Progaming 5, Copenhagen Wolves 5, Nico 3. He's actually won 3 rounds on his own.
Yeah, agreed. Still, like, the way Kogu peeked there, he knew that Nico knew he was there, so he should have thought of that he would aim there.
And a different strat called here, because I think Nico was about to set that smoke out into the yard, but instead has pulled away from the wall. So a different strat called here, mid start of round. Not always the best thing to be doing, Threat, is it? Have you done that before? I'm pretty sure you have, haven't you? Called a strat and then 5 seconds later changed it?
Yeah, a lot of times. If I get blinder or something.
Here we go then.
Abort.
Through the smoke they go. And ZQK gets the opening kill yet again. And Hunden now back with a double. We're still with Nico. And oh, Nico once more. So bomb planted. And RKZ and Zach are the 2 men. Let's just see if they can pick up a kill. Because at the moment, well, RKZ can. Zach's now coming back round the other side. Might as well go for this, you know. Well, just as I said that. That's commentator's curse for you.
Yeah, I don't think
got himself a gun, isn't he? So, yeah, they're both going to have guns here. And that's their definition of success in this particular... Oh, look at that. That's the benefit of the ghost mode. So, 9-5. Copenhagen Wolves. I would say I'm not shocked, and I'm not really shocked. I had Copenhagen Wolves down as the favourite for this group. I know the Curse fans out there are probably sitting there at home right now going, "You what, Redeye? What the hell?" But we'll see how Curse get on in the next set of games. I'm looking forward to seeing them play, actually. And,
I actually thought that Progaming would put up more of a fight. I heard they had a long boot camp in Sweden for this. So.
Yeah, they've been out here for like 3 years or something. Well, maybe not that long.
Yeah.
So Whitehall's 4 men, 1 over on Ivy is Hunden, who has played that role quite a lot, which is partly why he's bottom of the scoreboard. He's been the Lone Ranger, as it were, down Ivy, causing the distractions. Look at this. This is just too easy. Molotovs deployed. Are they going to be put out by that smoke? It's like a fire extinguisher now, that smoke grenade. It's great. I actually like that change. We'll talk about that towards the end of the game and what your thoughts are, Threat, on the recent changes to the slowing down being removed and the smoke being able to put out Molotovs. Here we go then into the inner bomb site. Herden picks himself up another kill. And I say another kill, that's the first of the round for them. And they were 5v3. Bomb's going to get planted here, is it? Not yet, it's not.
Yeah, it's
and about to go... Well, it was about to go down now, but Zach and RKZ put a brilliant squeeze on Herden right at the end of the game.
Exactly.
And 9-6 is our half-time score. If I'm Brazilian right now, I'm worried.
Yeah, I don't think they can come back from this. I mean, if they take the pistol, maybe lose the first weapon round, get the money situation, get the bad money situation for the Wolves, maybe they can make something happen, but I don't think so.
Let's see what they do on the second half. Looks like Kogu's already ready. And I think we're going to get straight back in. That's great. So here we go then. About to get underway for the second half when we get the restart. And really, you know, we always say the pistols are important, and they are always important. Never more so on a CT biased map for the terrorists though, and especially when you've just lost the first half 9-6. So this is pretty much it. The game, the match if you like, is all around this particular round, and we are going to get a fast push here. No, we're not. Just pulled back just slightly. I thought they were going to go running in to that inner bomb site. It is going to be an inner bomb site push. They did hold back a little bit. Now they push in. Herden picks up the first one and the second. Actually, Herden picked up one in there as well. Herden's got himself a double one. The RKZ has got himself a frag. And that's all she wrote. And pretty much all she wrote for the game as far as Progaming.TD are concerned. 10-6 down. They've lost the pistols. The next two are going the way of Copenhagen Wolves. And then they've got to fight back on the difficult side.
Yeah, I don't really know what Pro Game was doing there. It looked like they went inside fast.
Yeah, and then they stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
So and they kind of went, oh, I'm scared.
Yeah, let's wait for the backup players and then attack.
Let's do this. No, we're there now. We might as well run in.
I think there were like 4 players inside when they decided to
that was a bit headless chicken, wasn't it, really? So, let's just see what the Brazilians are doing here. We have a crazy strat going on right now. 3 out into the outer bomb site. 1 coming down Pop Dog as well. And the 5th was top of white holes at the time. This is going to be a bloodbath. An absolute bloodbath right now. ZQK, last man alive yet again, and won't get himself a kill either. So, 2 rounds in, and I think I make that lost 1 frag, I think? Possibly? It's game over.
Yeah, it's...
I'm sorry to say, I like you, Threat, I thought, Progaming, they put up a decent fight here. I didn't think Wolves were that far ahead of them. I agree with Lurppis when he said earlier, there's kind of nip. In the universe scheme of things, there's Nip who are in a different universe. Then there's Very Games who are probably top of this universe. And then there's everyone else. And everyone else is fairly close. There's not really anyone, maybe Area 51, standing out above them. So anyone can beat anyone on their day. And right now, Copenhagen Wolves are unstoppable, as far as I'm concerned. It's going to be another bludgeoning. Look, I didn't even talk through that round because it was so quick. And we didn't lose a single man from Copenhagen yet again. So that's 3 rounds down and 1 frag between them.
Yeah, they have so much money right now.
Yeah.
2 flawless anti-echo, so they can buy like 2 or 3 more rounds.
Yeah, I was going to say that they're going to be at least good for the next 2, even if they lose them. Possibly even a 3rd. They've been very good with their money, that's for sure. 12-6 then, Copenhagen Wolves in control here, on train, in the opening group game. Nico shutting down Kogu. I think that wasn't an AWP battle anyway, and Fire now. Still not afraid of Fire whatsoever. Runs through it and then gets nailed by Glaive in the face. And they've lost 2 more men already. And still they haven't got a frag. We might have to go back to 1966 here before we can count the last frag they made. I mean, this is insane. They've given up, really, Threat, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing anymore. There are 2 guys going to the outer side, nobody joining them, and now they try to go inner.
Crazy. Oh, finally, look at that, RKZ with 5 points of health. No biggie here, no pressure, but there's just 4 men to find. With 5 points of health, 4v1 clutch. Not happening, I'm calling it now. And it's not a really big call, really, is it? Gee whiz.
It's probably going to try to save.
It's just got very loud in the DreamHack area as well. Very loud. It's those noisy StarCraft people next door. So RKZ finally gets dropped down by Glaive. 13-6. Copenhagen Wolves moving on fast now to the first victory in Group B.
It really looks like Progaming has
really
given
is
up.
Loud now.
Yeah, I can't hear myself think.
Okay, yeah. Message for production. The music works. Holy
I think they're going to have an eco now, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be 14-6 to Copenhagen.
Wow, really? Okay. It's the opening ceremony, we're being told, so we'll let them off for being noisy. They probably need a bit of sound, don't they? As we pop back in with Hunden yet again, who's picked himself up 2 quick kills. We'll stay with Kogu because I've got a feeling we're not going to be seeing him for much longer. I think there's probably only 3 more rounds that we're going to be able to see the legend.
Yeah, not much to say about this round. Hasn't had
the best start to the tournament, it has to be said. Look at the bottom of the rankings right now. 7 and 15. Have you ever seen such ridiculous stats from Kogu in a negative way?
After CT on train as well. Yeah, that's
absolutely
very unusual.
I'm gonna say that's disgusting. I actually feel sick.
You're
Even
so
looking at those
harsh.
stats. It's just outrageous. So disappointed for him, I really am. Such a lovely guy.
And Zach, I don't know what he's trying to do. Maybe just get one easy pick.
Yeah, SMF just waiting to pick up the last man on Zach here, and pops down when actually it'll be Nico that steals it away. And we are motoring towards a Copenhagen Wolves, a demolition of the Brazilians here on train. 14-6 right now, and I think they've got, what, 3 frags in this half?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's ridiculous.
It has been appalling. Let's just run through the scoreboard because Hunden is having an absolute stormer. 25 and 14. Nico 17 and 7 would be decent on its own if it were top of the scoreboard. Glaive 13 and 10. Herden 12 and 13. SMF 12 and 11. The best they put up on the other side, 12 and 14 from Zach. RKZ is 10 14. 11 and 18 is ZQK. Still 15 and 17. And Kogu 7 and 16. And SMF was about to fill his booth, but still stole away the first opening kill. He might get another couple here. He's got the flash down. He does pick up a double. 3 in a row from Steel now. And he might have found something here. A little opening chink in the armour, perhaps, off Copenhagen Wolves. They were just steamrolling their way to victory.
I think they're going to go for it.
Yeah, Steel just literally stopped them in their tracks. Now, he's got a chance at the ace here as well, you know. Does he pick up that one? No. Hunden actually took out Kogu there. He still has a chance at the ace and has to make the ace. Does pick up the 4th. 4 in a row from Steel now. Can he pick up the ace? He can! Oh, that's brilliant. He didn't get the ace. CQK stole it away. Oh my goodness.
So close.
Wow. After no frags, or 3 frags in about 7 rounds, suddenly Steel steps up to the plate and picks himself up a quad. Take a bow, George Foreman.
Yeah, and I like what Progaming did there. They had a really coordinated yard attack. Yeah, they had a coordinated flash attack, so it worked out.
I think we stay with Steel right now. He's suddenly found his kicking legs. And has got himself to positive KD as well with those frags. 19 and 17. The only man putting up any decent stats. Again, headshot in on Glaive with the rifle. Won't get the second one though, shut down by SMF from Pop. And we're at 4 versus 4 here. Surely there's not going to be a Brazilian comeback of all comebacks. CQK now drops himself down into the inner bomb site. Doesn't land the first shot. Herden and Hunden, and Herden has picked up a second in the mix of that. ZQK with his second of the round. And finally gets dropped by Herden. 15-7 game point.
Yeah, it's a good opening there for Progaming, yet still getting the first frag, but they're just so passive. I mean, they had an opening to go in the inner bomb site there, but they're waiting for like 10 seconds. Just enough time for 2 rotating players to go there.
So, round 23. Is this the final round of the game? It will be if Copenhagen will shut it down. And Progaming.TD, target down. And it might well be target down any moment now. We've got a 2-man push into the inner bomb site. Neither of them have got the bomb though, so they need to show themselves quite early, because otherwise that fake is sort of lost on them, because the bomb is over the far side of the map on Ivy, as you can see. It's up here right now. This area are right up here. But the 2 down here are the 2 trying to get into the B bomb site, but they should have shown themselves already.
Yeah.
Otherwise, well, what are they doing? So they've called it. The rotate is now back on. These 3 here might just pop themselves out through here and plant on A. These 2 can come back through. Pop Dog down there and join them.
They seem very indecisive.
But they are not making a clear decision right now. And now they do. They are. That's exactly the call they're going to make. It is Pop Dog and out to Yard in the outer bomb site. Steel's picked himself up 2 more yet again. Brilliant from Steel. Won't get the 3rd though. Nico shuts him down. Kogu's found his shooting boots with a deagle. And this game has turned on its head right now. 3 versus... Actually, it's 4 versus 2, but 2 men with very low health, and those 2 men are still alive. Nico drops 1. Oh, CQK, that was awful. Should have landed an easy AWP shot. Missed the second one as well in there. And suddenly, this has switched round from a TD. This should have been a TD game, and it's not. It's going to be defused by Nico. And game, set, and match to the Copenhagen Wolves. 16-7 in the end.
Yeah, very one-sided game. Very one-sided.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what Progaming was doing. Like, there's a lot of tactics in CS, but sometimes you just have to make a decision.
Yeah.
It just looked like they were running everywhere on the map and dying one by one.
Yeah, I mean, it's that old phrase of mine. My favourite phrase is they weren't sure if they were indecisive or not. Because they just didn't know what they were doing at all. It was like, well, we're going to go this way, then we're going to go that way. Eventually, they did make that push on the outer bomb site, but that kind of set the scene, really, for the rest of the whole of the game that we've seen, was that indecision in what they were doing, both on the CT side and the T side. Did you think that CT defense was quite poor, wasn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they got in a lot of 3v3 situations. They got the bomb, but then they tried to push the Ts or something. I don't know what they do. They should always wait for one player to pick up the bomb, then they should go.
Yeah. And have you ever seen Kogu with scores of 8, 19?
Yeah, on train as well.
I'm flabbergasted. I know a lot of people will be saying, well, he hasn't played a lot of CSGO. Well, no, he has. That's the point. And he's been great in both games before. I saw him as an AK player, actually, in CS Source. Was absolutely outrageous. And obviously as an AWPer in 1.6, he was phenomenal. So, you know, the guy has the pedigree. It's just a shame to see such a legend in such a poor position, as it were, from that game. So anyway, 16-7 is your final score. Copenhagen Wolves easily win on train on map 1 of their group stage game. They'll play Gosu and Curse in their next 2 games. And we'll be back very shortly with the second game and also an update on our first matchup as well. We'll see how the Americans got on in Group B. We'll be right back.